Welcome to this video presentation here at 7daysonly.co.uk, and here we have the Vauxhall Cascada on a 16 plate. I'm going to start off firstly by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it. From the outside, firstly, you can see it's a two-door convertible, of course, with alloy wheels. We're going to start off inside the boot area of the vehicle, first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors. Given that it's a convertible, a decent amount of boot space, especially considering that the roof is, of course, currently down. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in, and as I mentioned, we'll run through some controls from there. Now that we've done a full circle, though, you can see it's in lovely condition, particularly for its age, the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in, and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter. We have the speedometer on the right-hand side, the fuel gauge and coolant temperature gauge in the middle at the top. And then below that, the main trip computer, which includes the total miles of this car. They are 28,034. Above that, we have a digital readout for the speedometer. You can change the information that's displayed there using buttons on the steering wheel. There are various different menus available as well. If we back out to the steering wheel next, on the left-hand side, we have our cruise control. We've got speed limiter as well, and on the right hand side both stereo and phone controls. In the center we have the main stereo and the screen directly above it, so you can see all the options available on the home screen here. The movement that I'm making is being done using this dial. You can go into certain menus directly from these buttons, of course, but as you can see on here, we have a CD player. You can pair up your phone. We have AM and FM radio. You can go into your CD individually there. We then have USB input and auxiliary input. If you plug devices into those, they will of course appear up here as further options for you. Main volume for the stereo is just here. Our CD player is there. And then, as I said, various option buttons, including being able to turn off your sensors, traction control. You can get to your home screen from here. And as I said, you can go into certain menus. So if I press the phone button, you can see we're now in the phone menu. Below that, we have the air conditioning. You can adjust the temperature, fan speed, and the direction of the air. When you're happy with those settings, air conditioning is on at the minute. That's off. Back on again. You can recirculate the air that's in the car. Just here. That will depend on where the air is being distributed. For example, if we put it onto the screen, you might find that you're not able to recirculate the air in the car. It's usually just for these internal directions here. We have a heated rear screen as well. Below that, USB input, auxiliary input, a 12-volt charging socket, storage underneath that, and then your 6-speed manual gearbox. We have an electronic handbrake, and these are the controls for the roof, which I will of course show you next. Okay, so if we lift that button up for the roof, ordinarily the first thing that will happen will be that the windows will go down. The windows are already down. You can see that the tailgate has opened. The roof will then fold into that section. The tailgate will close, and then you'll hear that beep. That lets you know that everything has finished. And if you want to, you can do the windows back up. Of course, as you can see, at the moment, they are down. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car for yourself and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at 7daysonly.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you soon.